Hello, I'm doing this video to say why I've committed to the box room. I've committed to the box room because I think, like I said, I mean I've said it before, but I will say it again now. I'll say it again. Now they were very friendly when I walked in. Do you know what I mean? I know I didn't say it, but I was made to feel very welcome. The fact when I told them what I wanted, do you know what I mean? It's, they were very friendly. When we had a conversation, I felt they were very easy to speak to. Like it was like the conversation, it was very easy to speak to them. Do you know what I mean? No, it was very easy to speak to the person. I know they've known me a long time, but listen, I don't think I don't think it's really. Look, it helps. It helps that you've known the person a long time, and obviously I've known them since obviously I was young. I'll just say since I was young. I don't want to go into. Like, I don't really want to go into anything personal. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, when I was young, right? When I was young, because yeah. Anyway, look, the fact that I've known him like anyway since I was young, and obviously I used to have my hair cut as well with another person, and they used to work with them. It does help. I think it helps because they know what I want. The fact that the fact that other people in my family, um, they have their hair done by them as well. So you got to trust people, and yeah, you got to trust people. And sometimes, like I say, you got to trust people's judgment. And if obviously if my family, if they didn't do a good job on them, I wouldn't have. Listen, I wouldn't have gone. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have gone and committed there. It's like when I first went to the well. I obviously went to different churches at the same time because I wanted to find the right one. I could have I could have easily gone to different hairdressers and it would be like, well, where do you want to go? And look, you have to commit. I think I didn't have to commit. Like I said, I didn't have to commit, but it felt right. The It felt right as soon now. I will say, I probably went past it and maybe I should have crossed over the road. But look, I thought it was easy to find. Like I said, I mean, I probably didn't need to cross over. Like I said, I could have just stayed on the same side without having to do any of that. But no, it was very easy to get to. And I mean, look, I made the commitment, and I've made a commitment which I'm very pleased because, like I say, it feels right. I don't think it matters if they do. I mean, I used to go to other hairdressers where obviously my dad, obviously another person in my family has had their hair done by them, and then someone else. So listen, I don't think it matters. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't. To me, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't. In fact, I think it helps. I think it helps because, and this is the good thing, it helps. And I think the fact that I made the commitment to the box room, it shows that I'm very loyal. It shows that I trust the person who cut my hair. It shows that I trust them. Listen, I trust them. They did a good job, and I think that's the place for me. I think the box room for me is the place for me to go and have my hair cut. Now, it's not going to be every day. Well, no, it's not going to be every like 2 months. Obviously, if 4 or 5 months, that's fine. I'm sorry, 4 or 5 weeks. Sorry, it works well for me. Like I say, 4 or 5 weeks works well for me. I think the good thing about it this time, the fact that I've gone through it there is that it's not going to be it's not going to be too long. And this is the thing. It's not their fault. I will say it did pull, but that's not because of how they did it. The problem were when the place where I used to go when he sold, it. I was looking around at places where I could go, and I will say that this was probably one of the places I had thought about. I thought about it. I thought there was a couple like there's places next to the road which I thought there was places in town, and I mean there's another place at Wood Seats which I was thinking of. Maybe Cousins Bar, but that was another place which potentially I thought about. But then I thought, well, maybe the box rooms possibly, and the fact that, like I say, they've known me a long time since I was young. I think that was what was important. What was important was, they used to work with well, no, it isn't important, but it does help, like I say, and I'm obviously very, very happy with what I got I'm obviously very happy with the commitment I made.